Hi, hello, welcome back to a new video. As I told you before in the previous video, we have lots of non-Malayali subscribers also. So I'm getting many requests to do the videos in English. So this video is in English. Before going into the video, I have to share you something. I am getting lots of questions related to teaching job in comment box. So I think most of the topics we have already covered as a different video. So please go through all these videos. Then you will get a clear idea about all these topics related to teaching jobs in UAE. And if you are already a subscriber, please don't forget to click the bell button. Then only you will get the notifications very frequently. Okay, so as you know, we already covered how to prepare a good CV for a teaching job and how we can apply for a teaching post in UAE, and if you are in India, how we can apply for a teaching job, and all these areas, what are the importance, how English language is very important in teaching, all these things, qualifications of teaching jobs. These are all the things we already covered in our previous videos. Now suppose if you already got an interview call, and what you have to take care of when you are preparing for an interview, what are the things you have to keep in mind, what are the things you should keep in your file, all these things we are going to discuss in this video. I hope it will be a very useful video for you all if you are preparing for a teaching job. And one more thing, this video is helpful for not only for the teaching job but in all other job interviews. This video will be helpful. So we can move on to the video. I will discuss the points one by one. First of all, we are going to discuss what are the things we have to keep in your file when you are getting ready for an interview. Okay, the first point I have to share with you is your CV. Whenever you are getting ready for an interview, you should keep your CV in your file. Okay, the same CV that you have forwarded for that post. Okay, whenever you are getting an interview, the first thing that the interviewer asking you is, of course, to hand over your CV. So in that time, I have the experience, many candidates, when the interviewer asking to show your CV, they will be getting nervous because they don't have the hard copy of the CV, so they have to go out and take the printout. It is all difficult. It will affect the confidence of the candidate as well. So always keep the hard copy of your CV in your file, the same CV that you have forwarded for that post. That is the first thing. And the second thing, of course, your documents. So whenever we are talking about the documents, we can start with our certificates. Your certificates like degree, PG, teaching degree, all these certificates you have to keep in your file, both the original as well as a copy. And one more thing, when you are arranging these certificates in your file, keep to arrange them in a descending order. That means suppose if your highest qualification is your post-graduation, you have to keep your post-graduation certificate first. Then your degree, your graduation certificate next. And if you have the teaching degree, that certificates you have to keep, and you have any additional qualification, that certificate also you have to keep in your file. And I don't think these SSLC plus 2, these certificates are not needed. Okay. Next thing, your other documents. Other documents means, suppose if you are a resident of UAE, you have to keep your Emirates ID, then your passport copy, your passport original and copy, both these things you have to keep in your file. The next thing that you should keep in your file is your passport size photo, 2 or 3 passport size photo. That is not that much important, but once if you are appointing at the same day, maybe they will ask you the photo, your photo, but you can provide it in the next day, the joining date also, no problem. But if you have the passport size copy, you can keep that also along with your documents in your file. The next thing is a very small thing, but you should keep a pen in your file. Suppose if they are asking you some question to solve, and they are providing you a paper and you have to solve the question, So don't ask for the pen. Okay, you should always keep your pen in your file. And suppose if you have to sign somewhere or something, always for every interview, when you are going for any interview, you should keep a pen in your file. So these are the main important things that you have to keep in your file. Now what are the things you should be very careful when you are attending an interview? First of all, your appearance. Your appearance should be in a clear manner. So if you want, we can do a separate video on the dressing code for a teaching interview, or we can do like that. Suppose if you are in India, we know that the typical dress code for a lady, lady teacher, the typical dress code is sari or something. But in UAE, it is entirely different. So always be dressed in a neat manner. Always be present in an official way. Please avoid the over makeup and be simple, but in a neat way you should be dressed up. When you are talking with the interviewer, always try to maintain an eye contact, not only in an interview but everywhere. If you are speaking in front of someone, always try to maintain an eye contact. Okay, that will indicate your confidence. In the previous video we already discussed, suppose we are not very thorough with English, we are not native speakers, we have limitations, we have of course we will have some flaws, but forget about that. The mistake, of course the mistake will happen, but no problem. Always maintain the eye contact and speak very confidently. Okay, whether it is right or wrong, speak confidently. That is very important for every interview. Next thing about the demo presentation, we have already covered that video as well. So when as I told you before, most of the schools are asking to perform a demo. They will give the topic and the right time just after the interview. But in some case, in rare case, they will ask you to present something in any of the topic. In that time, you can present a class in any of your subject topics. So always be ready with a demo presentation in any of your topic. So these are the main important things that you have to keep in mind when you are getting ready for a teaching interview. I hope this video will be very useful for all of you who are getting ready for an interview. And if you have any other question related to interview procedure or any other teaching related queries, you can message, you can comment below this video. I will try to reply as fast as possible. So thank you.